time to review some books with our regular bookworm. Beautiful Audrey Chirenje, good morning to you.
Good morning, Marisa. How are you?
Very, very well.
Awesome Tuesday.
It is an awesome one, isn't it? Yes. I like your earrings. They're exuding awesomeness.
Thank you.
Right. Audrey, we're talking about Trials and Triumphs of Anesu Matavire. You know, just looking at this book, I was like, okay, fine, is this going to be a story? And then I look and it's poetry throughout. Tell us more about this book.
Okay. First and foremost, let me just mention that Anesu is the nephew of the late Paul Matavire.
Right.
You know, he was a songwriter and a musician. And from his songs, those who know his songs, they can allude to the fact that they were deep. It was actually poetry that he was singing. So we have someone else
who's
in the family
taking that baton on, hey?
Taking on the baton. So in this book, you find that from the synopsis, he writes that this book is a series of poems which are filled with fluctuative emotions from love, hate, energy, and euphoria. And the poems themselves emit feelings of the heartbroken man, often seeking self-reflection and suffering from despair.
So he's talking about mental health situations that men go through.
It's a whole lot of issues. So I think even looking at his bio, he's a cancer child survivor.
Right. Because I did read there's a poem in here where he was saying that he was born premature.
Yes.
As well.
And he suffered from that cancer and epilepsy. And you find that in some of the poems, so he broke down the book. If you look on the contents, he broke it down into 4 parts. You've got the PTSD poems, that's the first part. Then you've got poems galore, then you've got In My Mind, and then you've got Lifeline. So even looking at the title, so he talks from the trials that he's gone through, and then he also talks about the triumphs.
Right, that he goes through as well.
Yes.
So it's like a whole journey.
It's a whole journey.
He takes us through the journey.
Yes.
Talk to us maybe about a triumphant poem that he writes about.
Okay, we can look at this one. I like the one which says, I am who I say I am. And he's also a Christian, so this one he writes, I am courageous, I am strong, I am brave, I am kind, I remain a fighter, always put down, I just get back up. Cuts and bruises, blood, needles, pills and drips, friends we are. Hospital bliss, extra large bills, waking in a bed or on the floor, bad news the doctor said, good news brought to their door. So it's like he's navigating that, you know, like a wavelength, yes.
Yeah, he then goes on to say, accept yourself. Most often the times we don't accept who we are and we're too hard on ourselves. Have you noticed that in your life?
Yes, but I think for me, as I grew older, you know, as you grow older, you just embrace yourself, flaws and all, and know that no one's perfect. We all have our weaknesses.
Yeah, and I guess like even when you're saying when we grow older, we kind of just reflect and say, look, there's nothing new under the sun. It all happens to everybody, but we just have to get up and just make sure that, you know, you're keeping yourself alive throughout the situation and circumstances that we go through.
100%. And I think also a support structure, like with Anesu, I know the mom, the sister, the family, everyone around him has been so much supportive of his dreams and what he does. So you find that now he's featured in a lot of poetry anthologies. Some of them won prizes. He's got so many awards that he has, and so, you know, it's just that support from the family
that he gets.
Yes,
this is fantastic. And Audrey, so it's not basically meant for the male person, although he does speak about his journey. Yes. In his life. It's touching on everything for everybody.
Yes, and so what he has done is fictionalize some of the aspects, and I speak because I know him, but he has fictionalized it so anyone can relate, whether you're male or female, young or old, you can definitely relate to this.
So is this a fictitious one, or if it's a true life?
You find that in the disclaimer, it's based on facts, but then which have been fictionalized in some aspects.
Okay, yeah, I can see here. He's, you know, just to apologize if names come up and says Marissa did this. Pure coincidence. It's nothing to do with me. But anyways, look, that's fantastic. Where do we find this book?
This book is available on Amazon online and then Innovate bookstores, and it's going for $15. Chete. He's available on social media, Anesu Matavire, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. And then I liked one quote from the book, which says, day by day, obstacles faced with challenges in the way. So I think, like what you were saying, that in this life, you just need to know that these challenges, they don't come like on a weekly basis. Every day.
Every day has a challenge, eh?
You will see something, whether you're driving, Marisa, that person will just cut you in traffic, or it will be that someone saying this bad word and you're wondering, what the, but then every day.
Every day that happens. It kind of reminds me of what my pastor used to say to me when I used to say, but I'm so scared to do everything. It's such a risk and da-da-da. And she says, Marissa, even when you sit on a chair, you don't know if that chair's leg is broken or whatever it is. It's a risk. So there's obstacles in every day. And that's fantastic that he kind of highlights that from that quote. Has he written more books, or is he going to write more? Is this his first?
This is his first by himself, but he's featured in 3 anthologies, all poetry. And then he's always dabbling into writing, in the writing spaces. Now he's also a coach, a certified coach. So he went on to do that coaching course. And so, like I'm saying, he's always dabbling into new things, very enthusiastic guy, and supports a lot of these writing initiatives. You'll find him at these book launches and stuff. He'll actually be there supporting other upcoming writers, which is just amazing.
Yeah, support is actually really good. So, you speak about coaching, and I'm thinking, in this day and age, is it the norm to get a coach, or is like you have YouTube now to coach you, or whatever it is? What's your take on that?
I think for me, it's just like with AI. People are always asking, what do you think of AI? Yes, it's there, it's good, it's creative, it's progressive, but I always feel the real deal is what you have in person, So there's YouTube, but this is someone probably who's in the US who's got no relation to what we're going through here in Zim. But if you're talking to Anesu, who's a certified coach, who's gone through whatever he's gone through, it's bound to actually make sense when he's talking to a fellow youth to say, you know what, yes, you're going through this, but I've also gone through this. It might be different, but they're all difficulties, and it actually then makes more sense.
It makes it relatable.
100%.
Relatable because of us. So you did say we can find this for $15, Chete Chete?
Yes, in 8 bookstores and then on Amazon online.
Right. Excellent. This book is fantastic. Looks like a great, very deep, like you said, just like his uncle was very deep in his music. This looks like it's a very, you sit down and you kind of ponder.
Yes.
On what's happening.
It actually tells you that. And he took a couple of years to actually release this book. Yeah, I was reading his article on Africa Published, which was saying it took him years to actually release the book.
What are some of the reasons why it takes years for somebody to release something? Because look, you have an idea and it's working in your head and you just do it. But what are some of the reasons that it would take years to get something like this out?
So I think for most of us, there's actually that fear of, writing a book, you're putting yourself out there. Right. People then will judge you, they will say all things. So it takes a lot of courage. And then more often than not, you just feel you're not ready, that procrastination. And then you keep on wanting to add more stuff, add more poems, and then the day will actually just come when you're just ready and you release it.
Just release it.
Yeah.
Just get it out there. Yes. Excellent. Audrey, thank you so much for helping us discuss this book by Anesu Matavire. We find him on social media handles on that name?
Yes, Anesu Matavire is all over social media.
Awesome.